All right, everybody, welcome into another episode of the Underground Runaround podcast, powered by FCG Grading. I'm your host, Brad Ross, back again with my co-host, Pav Daddy, who is in the wrong spot. My man,
Yeah.
Keith Francillo, and we got Kenny below me. Kenny, what's up, dude? How you doing, sir?
On?
Kenny is
doing
below
good.
me this evening on the screen. How's everybody doing?
I'm good. I'm good now because I was hoping that you wouldn't see that I was up top.
I didn't notice it until now.
I would get Twitch.
It threw me off once I hit the go live button. So, gentlemen, we have a show. I think this is gonna be a show. All right, it's gonna be a show. So until I'm ready for it to be a show, can you guys just talk for a few minutes? I gotta spread the word of the Underground Runaround podcast.
I got a trivia question. Right now, who is leading the league in offensive WAR?
Luis Ariz, my guess.
No.
Jordan.
No.
Okay, then I don't know. I haven't checked the stats.
Max Muncy.
No.
Oh, he is leading in homers, though, yeah?
Fuck that guy.
Tied with Alonso.
Okay.
But if I'm asking this question, you should know the answer.
Soto?
No.
Mike Trout.
Nemo?
Oh, it's Nemo, isn't it? It's Finding Nemo in that 21? Is that what he's getting? $21 million contract?
Yeah.
Good
Dude,
for him.
Hey,
You were so upset about that.
I know. I still am. It's April, for crying out loud.
It's April.
Talk
it's
to me
April,
in September.
but it's still baseball.
hey, if you guys don't want, if the Mets don't want him, the ocean's right next to the ballpark they're playing at right now. Just leave him in there.
Yeah. I mean, his problem is he's probably going to end up getting hurt. Like he does get hurt.
Does he get hurt as much as Chris Bryant?
No.
That poor fucking.
I know, dude.
Dude, man.
Is he on the IL? Did they put him on the IL?
They probably will.
I don't know because the thing with what he has is like it doesn't go away. It's not something that's ever going to go away. You got to play through it, and it's good and it's bad. You have your good days and bad days. So, like rest doesn't do a lot for you. So, I hope he can play through it.
Dude, it looked like he was getting back into the groove, and then bam, just every freaking time, man.
It's like one of those what if guys.
Yep.
I mean, though, I still don't like that he went to Colorado. Like, I want to see Chris Bryant play for a legit ball club.
Dude, they gave him $26 million a year.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. He has the big guy as his agent,
Boris.
Yeah. So like, I wonder if anybody else even offered him anywhere close to that.
Yeah,
Boris just sells. He just sells guys so well.
He was sitting out there for a minute when he was in free agency, if I remember correctly.
Dude, he has such a beautiful swing, and
no one gets to see it.
Oh man, bummer.
No. Yeah, I hope he gets better. Yeah, I saw that stat today though, and I immediately thought of Brad.
So, of the teams that are leading their divisions right now, who do you think can maintain? Who is the team that's going to be there at the end of the season?
Hold on.
We got the Brewers, the Braves, Brewers, Diamondbacks, Rangers, Twins, Rays. I think the Rays could. I think they're the most likely. The Central's a joke. So, what's crazy
I think the Brewers keep their spot.
Yeah, the Cardinals being 8-13. I might not get it. It's the start of the season, but
technically,
the Pirates, man.
Pirates.
Who is this Pirates team? Just like they are unbelievable right now.
This is the Andrew McCutchen we missed for the last 3 years or so.
Dude,
I can't stand him.
He can only play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they fall off though for sure. Pittsburgh definitely falls off.
I don't think they have the pitching to. They don't have enough. I don't think the hitters keep it up. The pitching keeps it up.
Yeah.
I think the Rangers are going to fall.
Yeah.
The Texas Rangers, there's no way they're sustaining a 2.5 lead or more over Houston right now. Not happening.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
and then I think
a good team.
Between them, the Angels and the Mariners, I would think Texas should finish 4th behind those 3. You agree? Like, I think the Angels can actually be okay.
You think that Texas finishes 4th?
In that division? I mean, the A's aren't a real baseball team.
The A's are fucking terrible.
They're so bad.
Yeah. Now they're going to be in Vegas, huh?
All right, I'm back. I'm done.
Yeah.
Whatever I did, I did. Whoever sees this live sees it live. I hope you guys are all having a great evening. Continue on. Let's go. We got an episode.
You heard what we were talking about. What do you think?
Yeah, I really was kind of focused. I don't know the specifics. I know you guys were talking about the AL West and the Rangers.
Who's gonna of the teams that are leading their divisions right now, who's gonna be there at the end of the season? I think there's a couple that are actually.
I'm not familiar with the standings. Let me pull them up.
Like the Brewers are gonna win the NL Central, right? They're just gonna.
Can the Cubs? What do you think, man? The Cubs are early. I mean, I want to talk about the Cubs at the end because we're always, for anyone tuning into the show, we're always going to talk about the Cubs. It's just what Pav and I do. So we'll save it for the end. At the end, when it's garbage time of the podcast,
It's always at the end,
unless there's something super exciting to talk about. I did take. Oh, I got to meet Matt Strom this week. I didn't even have that in the notes, guys. We got to meet the big Stromboni. And he sent, so following him meeting me, he doesn't know this yet because I haven't really told him, but he meets me the very next start, and my youngest daughter, by the way. He meets me and my youngest daughter, signs a baseball for us. We didn't ask. It was super cool. His next start, he proceeds to set a career high with 11 strikeouts. So, I'm not saying we had anything to do with that, but, you're welcome, Matt. Congratulations, though. Absolutely dealing in a tough luck loss the other day. But no, that was super cool. I totally forgot what we were talking about because I forgot that even took place since the last time we got together to do a show. Division leaders, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I always think Atlanta's going to win until proven otherwise. The Mets.
Agreed.
The Mets. I mean, the Mets could be up by 30 games. I mean, how big of a lead do the Mets have to get for you to even feel comfortable after recent history?
There is none. There's no
right. So it's so tough for them, right? Yeah. Milwaukee. Milwaukee should win the division. The Diamondbacks, I'm super excited about. They're not going to win, but I told you I was excited to see them and the Rangers play. Those were the two teams I was the most excited for, period, in terms of just what are they going to do. I don't know if these teams are going to compete, but the Rangers and the Diamondbacks have good farm systems. The Rangers, more so than the Diamondbacks, have went out and spent a ton of money the last couple of years to go along with some of the talent that they're developing. And it's just interesting. I don't know if they're ready to compete or any of that, or if they spent some of those big money contracts wisely. Did they overspend just to acquire some of those guys? I don't know. But the Diamondbacks are a fun young team too. So good April stories. Again, let's talk in July if they're still scrapping. Yeah. It's easy to scrap when you're still fresh, and then maybe some of the big dogs, the big on paper favorites, haven't really gotten to their groove yet. So as far as like the Cubs go, tough series with the Dodgers this go around, but they played them tough. That's just something you want to see from a team like the Cubs specifically, who we don't really know what to expect from them. So it's just good to see them compete. It didn't go the way we wanted to, but they've been competing. So that's really I've been super focused on what the Cubs, as I'm sure you are with the Mets, because the Mets have been interesting. Now, Kenny, I'm sure, is probably starting to lose interest, unfortunately, already. San Francisco just doesn't look like a good team. I mean, April or not, they just what's going on? What's going on the West Coast, Kenny?
I have no words.
Logan Webb is good.
Yeah, I like Logan Webb.
Yeah, so do I.
Good
Other
for the
than
Mets.
that, man, God, yeah, it's just watching that team. It's like that lineup's not scary. There's nothing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Yeah, so I guess to go along with the baseball, Tatis Jr. is back. He's back, folks. And I think he's 2 for 12 since coming back. He had like 17 home runs in AAA. Somehow they let him rehab during suspension because he had 2 surgeries, I guess. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. You know, the social media, internet people are, you know, very... Everybody's so opinionated one way or the other. There's certain things that just... I don't have the energy to have that strong of an opinion about. And this is one of those things, like him actually playing. Like, there's people really upset that he got to play, period. And I don't think he should have played while he was suspended. Like, yeah, dude, start your rehab now. Or like on Thursday. That's when your rehab should start, I think. But it is what it is. I mean, whatever. He's 2 for 12. He's back in the big leagues. Was he playing right field? So,
What's his? How many homers do you think?
40.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got his surgery, so he shouldn't get hurt this year. So he's going to get 400. He's going to get 500 at bats. If he hit 40 home runs with less than that before, so he's a home run hitting machine. He's a big spring. I've seen the guy in person, pretty close, and he's very springy. Like, he's just a wiry frame. The dude makes contact with the ball and goes really far. Sauce, no sauce. Ringworm, no wrestling practice. I don't know. Clean mats, dirty mats. It doesn't matter. Hitting the ball is, you know, the hard part. Even if it's supplemented, it's still hard to hit the ball. So... I don't really have anything else to say, but the Padres could use him. You know, hopefully.
They've got a lot of guys off to a slow start.
Yeah.
So, you know, like Soto's not hitting yet for him.
Dairon Estrada is the only exciting piece. That is worth noting. That is
correct.
Because I didn't even give him a second thought. Like, when we were bashing on the Giants a second ago. So, no, 100% good with that. What else? We got some more topics. Another topic here. The Oakland A's are no longer going to be around Oakland. So, they're going to Vegas. What do you guys think?
Good.
That's two goods. Kenny, what do you think, being on the West Coast? Being closer. This affects you. So what do you think?
I think it gives too big. Hold on. It gives too big of a market for the Giants, and not like the Giants need a bigger market as it is. Plus, I hate John Fisher, their owner. He stinks. But also, the city of Oakland fucked them over. This stadium deal should have been done. Like, this stadium should have been done 5-10 years ago. They keep dragging it out politically. Could have been in Fremont. They could have been in San Jose. Could have been in a new stadium in Oakland. Nah. Now they're in Vegas. 18 years later, they're in Vegas. They're announcing they're going to Vegas. So, and then everyone loses, especially the A's fans.
You think people would have went if there was a new stadium?
I mean, so let's backtrack a bit here. 2005, they had a contract for a stadium in Fremont, which is, you know, right next to Oakland. They had a naming rights deal and all, and I think MLB stepped in, or I don't remember the exact details, but something happened where that whole stadium deal fell apart. A few years later, they would try to go to San Jose. The Giants blocked them from going to San Jose because it's like their territory. And then back and forth for the last 12 plus years with the city of Oakland. But while the Warriors left, while the Raiders left, so
what I gathered from that is the Giants blocked them from going to a spot because they'd be sour that they would. They're not. First of all, San Francisco Giants fans, you ain't fucking losing them. That ain't happening. They're good fans.
Oakland just got bullied by the Giants. Then is that what you're reporting to us, Kenny?
That's what it sounds like.
Huh. That's interesting.
Because we have our now low A minor league affiliate down there in San Jose. So that was the big. There's like a whole thing in the CBA about like territories and shit, which I still don't understand.
Oh, okay.
But so technically the Giants' territory includes San Jose, but when the A's try to move down there, the Giants have the right to block the A's from moving into their territory just because the low A affiliate is down there and still down there.
Yeah,
I'm looking at a map now of California. I got to see this whole territory war. I need. I got Cali down pretty well, but San Jose is so like okay. All right, I'm
Don't you think
now.
it's good for the A's though to move to Vegas?
Yeah.
Have you seen like the nights and stuff and the fan base in Vegas?
Yeah,
Has been coming. It's been showing up.
Yeah, but that's right now. Initially, yeah, it might look great, but
will it sustain in 5, 10? Well, I mean, I wouldn't say 5, like 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Who knows? I don't think it's going to sustain.
It's sustaining at 4,000 in fucking Oakland. So I mean, so like. If they average 20,000 fans a game, so they make 5 times the money in 1 year than they're making in Oakland.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be good for them. I think the MLB
so then,
they need to spend more money.
So where do they send their? Has this been addressed yet? Where are they going to send their AAA team?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what
the Las Vegas Aviators now. I would assume have no need or no reasoning to stay there. Are they going to send them to the Coliseum? Hey, keep that dump alive. Like, that's more interesting to me than the move. Like, where does the AAA team go? Because we already knew this was just a matter of time. Their move to Vegas doesn't solve their owner issue and their inability to field a competitive team and not just trade anybody who shows any ability to have success long before their 7 years of team control are up. Like, they're shipping guys out the second they show the signs of ability to play at the big league level.
There was like this, like,
I mean, we're talking pre-arbitration. Like, oh, you're gonna have to be paid $1 million here eventually. You gotta go. You can't be here. Like, that's the way it looks like Oakland's being ran right now. It's just crazy. Yeah. Just crazy.
There was this tweet I saw a few days ago. It was like Marcus Semien, Matt Chapman, Matt Olson, and Sean Murphy, like their combined stats this year so far are like better than the whole current A's roster or something.
I believe it.
And then I pulled up an article. They said the Aviators have to sign off on sharing the market and need the blessing of MLB and Manfred. And it looks like there's not going to be an objection from the Aviators for the A's to move to Vegas.
They're just going to stay there?
That sounds like it.
Sounds terrible.
Whose AAA team is that?
Theirs?
That's the A's.
That's the A's AAA team. Yeah. So they're like...
It used to be. It was ours for a while.
They're going to cannibalize their own market. I don't know. Maybe not. If the A's ticket prices are what they were in Oakland, I can't imagine what they're going to be in Vegas. That's, again, ownership problems. That was a big complaint. The stadium is so empty, but the owner refused to budge on ticket prices. Like, it's not even, like, just literally an inability or like a refusal to put fans in the stands. Fans are saying, hey, we're not paying you that much money for this product that you're producing for us. Like, we're not coming to the game. And, like,
Now the question is, will there be more visiting fans in Vegas at an A's game, or will there be more A's fans?
It's just going to be more tourists in general. I don't think it's going to be baseball fans.
Don't you love that thought though? Of hey, anyone going to Vegas? If you go to Vegas, you're
catch a game.
Yeah, you're checking your phone. Who gives a shit who's playing, right? Like at that point, it doesn't matter. I love that aspect of it. I love it. I'm guessing it'll be pretty popular.
Gambling at the field.
Oh God!
I mean, they got gambling at the airport. Why not? You know what I mean? I walked off the plane in Vegas, and
once they legalized sports betting, the teams going to Vegas was fucking happening.
Yeah.
What was it? 6 NFL players just got suspended.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. A bunch more NFL, and that. What do you expect's going to happen? Every other commercial is for a damn sports book nowadays. Gambling, all they do is advertise gambling. Gamble, 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 gamble. Gamble. Gamble some more. And then you're going to ban these dudes for like the biggest sponsors to your fucking league are DraftKings and FanDuel. Like, how much money does the NFL get from DraftKings and FanDuel every year? And then these dudes gamble on something that's not even the game they're playing, and they're not allowed to do it. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's like, I don't even have a comparison. I'm not prepared for one because it's so ridiculous. It's like, I don't know.
And the ironic thing, well, I don't know about ironic, but the Lions, Jameson Williams is the biggest name that got suspended. The Lions actually just opened a sports betting lounge in their stadium like last year.
Oh.
So like, I imagine it comes with a lot of advertising. So it's like that brings up a lot of questions. Basically to me, it's like, did the Lions kind of contribute to him being, a gambler, basically?
Oh, let's take that to lead into our next one. Did what not lead consumers to getting scammed from these just the people slinging cards on whatnot, baby? Oh boy. Oh my goodness. What is this? The latest one? Bleacher Breaks, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that who they are? Yeah, just absolute clowns. Caught dead to rights. They have 319 viewers live on their Whatnot stream right now, and their chat is just destroying them. Keep reporting. Rip and not ship. Scammers. Answer question. I get to say whatever. Scam. Just want to scam. Explain the Waddle card, fool. Rip your customers off. Boo. LOL. Just keep reporting them. Any cheap wins. Write 1.0 reviews. Go jump you. See apostrophes. Just want the real answer outside, but you can't provide one. The comments are coming in faster than I can read them. They're just getting blasted right now live on their stream. But the reason they're getting blasted right now is all over this Jalen Waddle 101 card, and there's a long story with it. I'm getting off the stream now. It's not worth my time. Actually, you know what? I'm going to drop a comment on here. I know a good opportunity when I see one.
Yeah. It's never going to end.
No, definitely not.
I mean, not until they do actually do something about it, because they're doing nothing about it. And Brad, he said how many viewers or how many subscribers they had, but I wish I knew post or pre them being dirt balls to post. I just want to know how many.
Yeah.
Now people are just going to want to know when they're going live, so they can dog them.
So they have 70,000 followers on Whatnot. 70,000 followers, and they have clearly ripped a lot of people off. And I'm not one to, and we said this before the show. I said this during my break earlier. I am not a person to get on a camera and a microphone and sit here and tell you things if I do not have details, proof, evidence. I'm not going to sit up here and say my sources, because I'm not the thirds at the place that always talks about sources. I reached out to the person who was supposed to be the recipient of the card in question. His name is Brody. I invited him to the show this evening. However, he already had plans to go to a concert. We talked a little longer. He said he would provide any information that we wanted if it would help. I let him know we're here to help. And then we find out more information throughout the course of the day. This is all today. We wake up, we see this Jalen Waddle card everywhere, because this man Brody saw it appear last night. This is what happened. Apparently, it was hit in a repack last night in a slab. This is a 101 National Treasures Jalen Waddle card.
So one of the best cards you can pull it back at.
Yeah, no doubt. 101, 2021, Jalen Waddle. Part of a Dolphin patch. Really great card. Somebody posted on Instagram last night. They go, hey, I think that's my card, blah, 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 whatever. So now it's in a slab. Now it's graded. And this card was supposed to have been shipped to this guy back in August of last year. So apparently this guy never got the card. He settled with Bleacher for some sort of compensation. I don't know, money, break credit, whatever. They squared it up because the package never arrived. I don't know the details of that either. I was hoping to get some clarification on all of that. Regardless of how that situation unfolded, this guy finds this card last night in a slab, hitting a repack. Very suspicious. The Bleacher Breaks people say that they bought this card in a lot at a card show, bought it back, and then also went on to say that they intended to give this card back to that guy. But if you intended to get the card back to the guy, how did it end up in a repack?
Yep.
So question number 1, how did it end up in a repack? Question number 2, you found it bought back in a lot, you bought it at a show, but then in this repack, they found 2 slabs with sequential serial numbers on the PSA slabs, which indicates that they sent these cards off themselves. This other card that is in the same repack and same serial numbers in sequence here. So that means the same person sent those cards in at the same time to PSA to get graded, is basically what that means, which means if this Bleacher Breaks people actually sent these cards to PSA, there's no way they could have found it at a card show to buy it back, and that they just flat out never shipped it. And then throughout the course of the day, more and more people are coming out of the woodwork with pictures, claims, screenshots of their social media profiles with times and dates as to other big high-profile cards this company has hit and has just lost in the mail en route to the consumers. And these folks have not ran into each other on the internet until today. So it's like it's a whole Me Too movement going on, and no disrespect to the Me Too movement, but that's literally what's going on with this breaking outfit and their 70,000 followers and their big hits on their platform. And who knows how long this has been going on, but it looks pretty bad, dude. Pretty bad. The slabs are just the nail in the coffin. Which leads me to say this too, because again, I'm not here for drama, but I'm also not here for bullshit in the hobby. Again, I reached out to Brody. He said if he heard back from PSA or whatnot, he would update me, as I'm sure everywhere else that he's been on socials about. I just saw his post. I reached out to him. I wanted to get a side of the story. So it sounds to me like he knows about the serial numbers. He's reached out to PSA to try and find out who sent that card in, because you're talking about a 101 National Treasures Jalen Waddle, dude. Like that's not a $5 card. You know what I mean?
I think what I originally saw him post was something about he didn't settle with Bleacher at first. I think someone posted on this morning that it was his little clip, and he said he had to settle with Whatnot, not Bleacher. And
yeah, that probably makes sense.
You know what I mean? And
you know what? You're 100% right. That is what happened. He said Whatnot declared it was only $2,000 card at the time. Yeah. So yeah, Whatnot basically allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
Because after that, they didn't. What kind of backlash did the other company face? Did they just pay the $2,000? Like, hey, we're Whatnot. We mediated a resolution for you. You're free and clear now. Go hide your card. Go send it to PSA. So now it looks different. And then say you bought it for a repack and repack. Like, why would you even? Like, here's the problem. Settle down. Here's the. How fucking stupid could you be? Like, you couldn't be any more stupid than the idiots who run Bleacher Breaks on Whatnot with 72.2 thousand followers than to hit a card, fuck a guy over, not mail him his card that he hit, that you pulled for him, and he trusted you with his money for his collectibles, to have the audacity, to have the fucking nerve to send the card out to get it graded, and then to bring it back and repack it into your own shit and sell it again?
That's the
How fucking stupid I'm gonna wake everyone in my house up. How dumb are you? You gotta be the dumbest, sorriest sacks of shit to ever walked out. Like, what did you think was gonna happen?
It's a one of one.
What did you think was gonna happen?
That's the card you're gonna get caught. 100%. 100 times out of 100, you're gonna get caught doing that.
Any serial numbered card. If you're gonna do that, how are you gonna repack it? This isn't even about how just wrong it is. It's how fucking stupid these idiots are, and people are giving them millions of dollars just based on the following. They gotta be doing tons of business. That's a massive following. Just gigantic. They have more live streamers on right now than might ever even see this show. And we do okay for being relatively independent up until the last couple weeks. Shout out to FCG Grading. We're going to talk about those fine folks in a little bit. But these buffoons repacking their own stolen hits? Is that just a new level of stupid? Is that where we're at? And Whatnot's letting them do it? I mean...
And did you see what's the common thing here? Their apology, I don't know if you saw the apology that the guy originally wrote for Bleacher. Same bullshit as always. We appreciate our customers. We take their feedback seriously. It's the same crock of shit every time.
We overcompensated.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
But they have no comments on it. Oh, they deleted it? Oh, no, it's still here. You know what's worse? I'm sorry, but you know what's worse? Is the fucking 577 people that liked the apology.
They're suckers. The suckers.
And some of them are really big people, too. Like influencer people. Some of them even have trading cards in the hobby. So, I mean, that's gross.
What do you mean they have trading cards in the hobby? You're talking about...
It's fucking gross. It's gross, dude.
So you think it goes deeper? These guys are all fucking...
I don't know.
Each other's hands in each other's pockets?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying the fact that you get... Like, how can you so obviously steal a card from someone and then, like, get a like of... Like, that has to be a like in support for that business. Because they gave a professional, we would never do that response while they clearly did that. Like, they did it. There's no convincing me otherwise they didn't do it. That would be more of a coincidence than lightning striking me dead right now. That just fell into place.
Yeah, right. It's good.
You know what I mean?
It's dirty.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You know what the hell? And these are the people that are doing tons and tons and hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars in revenue. And when does it stop? Because guess what? We're talking about these sorry fucks at Bleacher Breaks right now. We're doing that because that's the news. And it sucks for all these other people because there's other people. Like I said, people are coming out of the woodwork over missing big hits from this outfit. This is going to go away in a week. Someone else is going to mess up. Yeah. Someone else is going to steal a card. We're going to have the downtowns disappear again. And it's going to be on to the next one. And these clowns are going to be right back to doing what they were doing like nothing ever happened. I mean, what is it going to take for the hobby to wake up and put some of these clowns out of business? They have to go away. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, that's so unacceptable. Like, why do you even get to be allowed to be a part of this wonderful hobby after doing that to people? You're literally screwing with people in a game that is so already incredibly difficult to have a big win. like hitting a Jalen Waddle. Like, just to hit a 101 Jalen Waddle like that is just incredibly hard to do. And then somehow Whatnot mediates a $2,000 buyout, or like, so basically they let Bleacher Break steal the card for $2,000.
Yeah, that's
like,
yeah,
hey, you can steal this card as long as you pay them $2,000 to make it okay for them. And they're like, yeah, sure, we could get more than that for it. Just let us send it to PSA real quick and repack it. Come on. Come on. So then let's just keep talking about it. So the Hot Hands BK is the one who posted this card on Instagram and then deleted it. Brody posted it on the scammer groups in Facebook, and that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
And then there's the IG post that Bleacher Breaks made where they have the 877 sorry people who liked their statement. I don't even know if it's an apology. They have the sequential serial numbers on a Waddle and a Trevor Lawrence, but they think the Trevor Lawrence auto is wrong. I don't know how that changes a whole lot. Oh, it says Hot Hand BK pulled the Trevor Lawrence card originally for a girl named Candy Girl on Instagram. So there's more to this. So the two cards that are sequentially graded in slabs were both originally pulled by Bleacher Breaks, but they're saying that this Trevor Lawrence might not be the same card. It's the same parallel. It looks like a gold select auto, but they think the autographs are different. So they don't know what the serial number is based on the front picture of the card because select stamps on the back. So they don't have a back picture to prove it, but they found two cards pulled by the same outfit. And a gold is a rare parallel. It's like a gold X-Fractor. I don't know what they call it. A power plaid, I believe, is what Prism or Panini calls them. Gold plaids or gold power. But they're what baseball folks would call an X-Fractor. But according to the IG post and the PSA scan, they think the auto is different. It does look different, though. It really does. So I don't think it's the same card, but you never know. I really don't know, but it's really wild. It's really wild. Like, these dudes got caught. Oh, and then there's other cards about a Tony Romo Collegiate 101 that went missing. And then noticed that card showed up in a repack later down the road in a 101 group on Facebook after it never showed up to him. So I mean, there's a lot of damning evidence. Like, just real bad. I don't know how I don't know how anyone could agree with that apology. I mean, I woke up this morning, so I wake up, I check all my social medias, Facebook, business page on Facebook, Twitter, personal Twitter, podcast Twitter, Instagram. Go through every single one of them is this shit that we're here today talking. Every single thing today. So I woke up this morning choosing violence. Like, first thing I did was tag them in my story. Hey, I don't know what's going on. Well, I mean, I knew what was going on, but I'm like, hey, we're going to talk about you tonight. Please come on the show. You know, instead they're just getting blown out of the Whatnot stream. They're live on Whatnot. Yeah, I know. Jimmy, that's funny. We just pulled it up. Shout out to Jimmy Brewer. Yeah. We know all about it. We're over there.
Brad shows violence today.
It's unbelievable. But yeah, I'm like, hey, we're going to be talking about you tonight. I'll send you a link if you want to come on talk about this. Is unbelievable. I don't know. They have to get shut down. It's if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. Because apparently that's all you have to do, even when you scam people, is just make an apology, and you'll get 877 likes on Instagram, even from prominent people in the hobby, which is really disgusting. Keep giving them your money. Keep doing that, hobby folks. That's really smart. Keep giving all these scammy people your money. See how long you stick around the hobby. I got into this thing because I loved the hobby. I got into the business because I loved sports cards. I loved the game of baseball. I didn't get into this thing to get rich and make a ton of money. I do make a fair amount of money now. I'm not connected. I don't get product direct, and I'm still here because I like being here. These other people that showed up with a lot of money and some business savvy and financing that have just showed up to take over the wax game, These fucking people don't care about the hobby. Convince me otherwise. Now the OG breakers, I'm not talking about those guys. There's some dudes that have been around a long time that are really big. They're really good at what they do. But there's just, you see it. These guys expose themselves regularly with all these scandals and bullshit. Why are you risking your reputation to steal one card? And then to not mail it and to steal it over and over and then repack it? You think that's the move? Like, keep giving them your money. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's got to stop. Stop fucking scamming people. And it's never going to stop. And people are never going to stop giving them their money. Like I said, those people are sitting there right now live on Whatnot with more viewers than we'll ever see this show. That's the problem. Like, how do we... I don't know. I get mad talking about it. It's fucked up. So, shout out to Brody. I hope PSA tells him who submitted that card. I really hope PSA just says, yeah. Ha! It was them. Let's be done with it. Move on. Take them to court. Whatever. Do your legal action then, because I feel like if you could... I feel like all you'd have to... I don't know the legality of it, but I feel like that Brody dude should be able to hire a lawyer to, like, probe PSA. Can you do that? Be like, hey, I think something's seriously wrong here, and we're talking about thousands of dollars. Can we just get an answer? Like, is that confidential information? Like, where does that come into play? Like in the legal world, I wish we had a lawyer friend. Like, I just want to ask a business, but they're privately owned now. I just want to ask a business about some business they did. Do they have any obligation to tell you? I would think not.
Probably not, but I'm sure, like you said, if you got a lawyer,
right? How willing would they be? Do you think to like try and help out? I don't see why you would want to not help out though. If I'm PSA,
yeah.
Why would you not want to like help a collector if you're for the collector? Why would you not want to help them solve a collecting issue? You could put this whole issue to bed really quick and just tell us who submitted that card.
Right, and they don't have to expose anybody else, right? It's just like,
right.
If it was them, tell us.
It was a representative of Bleacher Breaks that sent the card in. Okay, case closed.
I'm sure if you had a lawyer write a letter, like they'd answer you immediately.
That's what I'm saying.
This is who sent it in.
Yeah, and none of that stuff needs to. That's just for that guy to get what's rightfully his. Is really all I would like to see out of that scenario. I don't even know if you could do that now, but it's terrible. It's terrible. And what? Just a week ago, the last show, we were talking about the downtown guy. I mean, every fucking week, every week, there's somebody just. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Pav, what did I mean? Let's keep talking about cards, but let's get off the subject. Subject sucks. I invited whatnot people on the show too. Just to ask, like, how are you guys doing anything to try and mitigate this? Because also, I guess before we do change the subject, I saw Brian Gray from Leaf tweeting about repacks on Whatnot, like them being questionable. Not his, but like ones being run where conveniently the best hits always make it to the end, so that the whole product run sells out, so to speak.
Yeah.
So there's some interesting talk. I don't know a whole lot about that, to be honest. I'm not one to sit here again. I don't like to sit here without sources and facts and what have you. But there's been some interesting things. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. Because that was totally separate to this whole debacle.
Yeah, they were. If you look it all up, and you'll see, like, they did it with the big Pokemon one, where they were, doing the repacks on the side, and our homeboy's girlfriend was sitting there changing out the slabs until the very end, where they put the ceiling in at the very end.
Unbelievable.
Just to sell out the packs. Anarchy at Pav's house.
Yeah, anarchy. But I don't know. It's so disheartening because I've seen it since before I ever even started in the business. Like Kevin Eager, you guys will know, but not everybody might not know. Old man Kevin Eager, who's been around underground forever, Me and that guy were so standoffish with each other about doing business before. This is 2015, 2016 or so. Just, we seen each other on the internet plenty of times. He's an Astros guy. I'm a Cubs guy. I got some Astros stuff. He's got some Cubs stuff. We talk, I don't know, probably 5 times over 2 weeks about a deal before we ever even do the deal. And that's just, like a good dude, make the deal, get it done. And while I'm telling you the story about how we got the deal done, I totally forget the whole point of why we're even having this conversation in the first place.
There it is.
But I know Kevin and I go way back to before I started the business. He's still around today. I don't know what any of that has to do with anything.
It's probably something about integrity.
Integrity. Oh, yeah, we got some of that. Oh, yeah. So I don't really know where I was going, but even back then, like people were getting ripped off. So me and Kevin were even leery of each other. And then once we did the deal, it was good. And then that's how you start to build your little circles. And it's like, hey, would you do a deal with so and so? Especially on social media, like if someone hits you up and they're talking about a card, and then you see that you have like mutual connections, like whether you're on Twitter or Instagram or on Facebook where you have like friends, and you could be like, hey, what do you think it's so and so, and then you can find out. But there's always been scammers, and now it seems like these scammers are getting into highly elevated positions in the hobby, and the scams are getting bigger and more elaborate. It's not the guy that's taking your $20 and not shipping your 10 cards. Like, it's not that guy anymore. Like, these are big scams. Like,
yeah,
noteworthy, monstrous scams. And someone can just fucking post an Instagram 2-page word picture thing and turn their comments off, and people are just gonna like it. Like, what is that? I don't. It's fucking gross. Pav, what do you know about Dynasty Baseball? What do you got? What do you got for us?
You better hit Shohei Ohtani if you want to get some value.
Hey, so I guess my question, and for those of you listening, I was talking to Pav before the show today. Like, did you by chance get numbers on like a 2021 Ohtani versus a 22 Ohtani or anything like that?
So, like, there hasn't been a whole bunch of.
I'm sure it's tough.
Of like, because we were talking like Griffey and stuff. There's been Nolan Ryan, which Nolan Ryan is stable. But,
yeah.
But I mean, if you hit a Nolan Ryan, then it's worth $500.
But
that's
what was his
bummer.
Right? But what's his 21?
500.
What's his 22 worth? Still 500.
500.
That was the whole point. That was the whole point I wanted to know. If the singles market prices year over year on that product are very stable for the stable guys, and by that I mean your current day superstars, your Acuñas, your Griffeys, your Acuñas, your Vladdy Juniors, your Mike Trouts, and then your legends like Frank Thomas, Griffey, Ripken, Nolan Ryan. If those guys' prices stay the same year over year, how the hell can you continue to raise the level of the wax? Like, what are the wax prices year over year? I need my friends at WaxStat to help me out with this information. I feel like, see what they know. 2021 Dynasty Baseball.
So the last one I saw, number 1 out of 5 on the Ohtani from last year, sold for $2,300. 1 out of 5.
Okay, so but right now, I could buy a box of 2020. Oh, this is 2022. See, this is messed up. I wanted 2021. Hang on, sorry. I don't know if it's on WaxStat. 2021 Topps Dynasty Baseball Hobby Box. So yeah, this was it, right?
Jazzy Chisholm.
I would bet it's $50 to $75.
Probably.
So I can buy a box of 2021 Dynasty Baseball right now from the collector store online for $700. 700 to 900 seems to be the market on 2021 Dynasty. 700 to 900, and in 2022 we're looking at $1,150 for a box.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? To talk, the only thing that changes year over year is the rookies. So what are we doing? It's wild to me. Wild. You know what I mean? Absolutely wild. How are the prices there? I don't get what's going on right now.
You have to literally hit an absolute. I watched this one guy open a case, and there wasn't a card in there worth over $150, and it's only a $5 case. So it's like you get in the case, you're paying good money.
Yep.
If you're breaking it.
In 2019, I paid $14.44 for a case of Dynasty, and I broke it at like right at or just under $2,000.
Yeah.
Like I was never the dude that fucking squeezed every last penny out of people, and apparently I was an idiot for not doing that. That's what business people have told me. But that just gets back to me being a hobby guy. But yeah, that's the difference. What's a 2019 Nolan Ryan sell for versus a 2022 Nolan Ryan? If they sell for the same price, why would you ever buy another box of Dynasty again in your life at the price that it's at?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I understand inflation and the world itself is not the same place that 2019 was in. You know, that's a long time ago, but it's not, you know, that ain't where it's at today is not justified, in my opinion. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. But, I mean, what do I know? What do I know? It's nuts. But, you know, just consumers need to think, man. You can go buy, like, the only reason you would open that box, if you can go buy a Nolan Ryan card right now, and Nolan Ryan's your guy, if you can go buy him for the same price as whatever the 2022 one costs, unless you need the 2022 one for your Nolan Ryan Master Collection, why would you ever open a box? The only reason you would open a box rather than just go buying the Nolan Ryan card off eBay is to try and hit a J-Rod or a Wander or a Bobby Witt. I mean, that's it. Mm-hmm. And what's the chances of hitting any of those three guys? Very, very small.
Very
and are you
slim.
willing to pay that price to open that box to have that terrible of a chance?
No.
I'm a guy who sells these things for a living, and it's probably why I'm not more established than I am in terms of getting product, because I know I'm really good at breaking. I've had 3 people offer me breaking jobs in the last 2 months. Like, that's a real thing too. These people that have access to the product I'm not dogging these people either. They have the ability to expand. Like, they have the access. Access is everything right now. So people are trying to grow. Small people are trying to grow. Small people are getting left out. Prime example, Bowman. We'll move on from Dynasty. I don't get Dynasty this year. I don't understand what's going on with it. But then we'll move into Bowman real quick. Talk about Bowman for a minute. There's going to be no Bowman show here. We're not doing a prospect breakdown. You can go watch any of your big hobby media people will have and be able to tell you whoever you should buy. What I will say is 22 Bowman Draft has like 2 guys that are more highly drafted than the top 2 chase guys you're going to have in spring Bowman, so pay attention to your prices. I mean, seriously. I've seen Matt Mervis is incredibly highly rated, which I really like to see as a Cubs fan, but he's a 25-year-old first baseman, and he is not anywhere close to making it to the big leagues this year after the latest reports.
Right, so we love him.
So while I love Matt Mervis, love the guy to death. I cannot wait to see him in Wrigley Field. I am going to be number 1 on the Matt Mervis fan club when it's time for MASH Mervis time in the north side of Chicago. But a 25-year-old first baseman is not what prospectors prospect. Nope. So if that's the guy in your top 5 or your top 10, without me doing a breakdown of the people in this product, I don't know how strong that product is. Like top to bottom.
Oh,
So
no.
Kenny, I think Kenny probably has the most Bowman knowledge than any of us. Kenny, is Mervis a top 10 guy in Bowman? Like from the numbers you're seeing?
I'm pretty sure he is.
That's wild. Yeah.
Somebody paid on Cheap Fun Breaks. They just closed.
Shout out to Houdini.
Shout out Houdini. $825 for Matt Mervis and 20 cases of hobby.
Holy shit.
20 hobby cases.
20 cases. So you're getting every base paper, or is it just parallels?
Chrome and parallel. Well, that's the auto spot, right? So that's just the auto spot.
Wait, he has a base.
Matt Mervis just autos. It's $825.
What? Is he auto only in the product?
He has base. His base spot went for $277.
Why are they split?
To get the money.
That's weird, man.
God.
That's why I'm bad. That's why I'm bad at business. What the fuck? If I buy a Matt Mervis, I want Matt Mervis. I don't want to have to win two different bids to get Matt.
Cubs fans got the money.
Go Cubs, go. So that's like, I mean, that's really not that bad. That's like $50 a case. Would you pay $50 for the Cubs in Bowman? Because that's the only reason I would buy the Cubs in Bowman is for Matt Mervis. So, I mean, for perspective, just thinking out loud as a Cubs fan. But if that's the guy, like, I don't know what the Cubs cost in a pick your team. I have a feeling they're going to be hundreds of dollars, and I'm not paying hundreds of dollars for a 25-year-old first baseman who's not going to be in the big leagues for the immediate future.
I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, so they said, I mean, they say Hosmer and Mancini, they gave those dudes some reassurances when they signed them to 1-year deals that they were going to let them have an opportunity to succeed. They weren't just going to dump them the second they start to fall off. And all the early year organizational moves, the roster moves, have indicated that Matt's not coming. So I can't wait to see him. I don't know when we're going to, but that was just my knee jerk Bowman reaction. I'm like, really? People are in on Matt because I'm in on him. I want him, but I'm not a prospector. I'm a big league ready guy. When I know they're making it to the big leagues, that's when I play with prospects. And I'm not going to play with him at whatever these prices are going to be out of the gate. I can tell you that right now.
That value is going to tank so hard just because, you said it. He's 25. Prospectors don't really value 25-year-olds in general. Like, I'm a Giants fan. Fucking Hunter Bishop is 24, right? I don't value him like that. So with Matt Mervis, he's 25. He might not be in the big leagues this year. Maybe not. That value is going to tank so hard, and all these people are shelling out pretty good money to chase Matt Mervis.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the smartest decision.
It's wild. It's wild, but that just shows you the power of a shiny new product.
Yep,
that's it.
We'll reevaluate in about 2 months on where Matt Mervis prices are.
Maybe I'll just rip Bowman Chrome all week because I still got some Bowman Chrome. I got so cheap.
You got those five cases still, right?
Yeah, maybe I'll just do pick your teams instead of a 5-caser. I'll just do pick your team Bowman Chrome breaks all week, and it'll be cheaper. It'll be so much cheaper than what 23 Bowman is. Maybe it just might work.
So come grab your 22
It
Chrome.
just might work. Come get your Choreos, baby. He's got off to a hot start, I believe, in the minors. Old Jackson Choreo.
Yeah.
So. Get your Drew Jones, I guess, but come get your Choreos. Your Jacob Berries we're missing from draft, I got your Choreos. Your Mervises, I got your Gutierrez's. Whatever you need, I got it. 2022 Bowman Chrome, the last fair release of Bowman product in the hobby. The last high-profile fair release, in my opinion, where it was everyone had an opportunity to buy it. Now it's just direct to consumer or secret club. And they've done a good job at limiting access, period. There's none on DealerNet behind the scenes. You can't find it. I cannot find 2023 Bowman. Dave and Adams had hobby boxes today. That's the only place that even had anything. Retail, I heard, was officially delayed today, too. So if you're looking for blasters and things like that, they're not coming.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that hobby and jumbo wasn't all distributed or sold
Yeah.
Because if retail's not coming out, then what do they need to have all their hobby out of the door at the same time too then? I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose or anything like that, but if their retail isn't ready, then their hobby jumbo doesn't need to be either, especially when you look around and you can't see it anywhere. It's nowhere. I've talked to people. I talk to people I know all over the place. I mean, that's my job, is to talk to people. And nobody knows where the Bowman is. Nobody knows. So I don't know anything more than that. It's disheartening. It sucks. Like I get to sit on the sidelines all week.
Brad, let me answer Chester's question in the chat.
I haven't even read the chat. Go ahead.
Chester, Drew Jones auto spots in Houdini's 20 case break went for like $6K, and his base chrome spot went for $800.
Oh,
Just think about that. Let it sink in for a second.
Hang on, this dude says, so here's my problem with a ton of prospects. Who is a ton of prospects? You gotta elaborate. I need more than that. Is Cade Horton in Bowman?
No. You wish Cade Horton was in Bowman.
Well, I mean, that's all of the Cubs' top premier prospects right now already have their first Bowman cards out. So who is a ton of, like, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here to 23 Bowman.
I looked. There's no other big name.
Moises Ballesteros. How are you?
Yeah, Ballesteros, and like he's an overweight catcher. So
Ramirez.
I was watching him play. You know, that's the beauty of the Marquee Network, is like they throw the minor league games on there.
Agreed.
But like he's a big kid, so like he reminds me of like Hector Villanueva from back in the early '90s.
Okay.
Well, there's a different. I mean, I guess I read your ton of prospects maybe as like good prospects. Maybe I read that wrong, Joey. I'm sorry. I mean to attack you. Yeah, 4 first. That doesn't mean shit to me though. If none of them are good.
No, Matt Mervis is the only one you want.
Matt Mervis is the only guy I want. Like I said earlier, that would be the only reason I would buy into the breaks. But I'm not a prospector guy, so don't take that from me. I'm not trying to shit on the product. I'm not. Again, I don't want anybody to think I'm shitting on the product. I'm just keep your costs in mind.
Do your research. Do your motherfucking research. Don't be pav now.
Yeah,
how good is Drew Jones?
I don't know. I know his dad's not in the Hall of Fame. That's what I know. I think he should be, though. So that's the problem.
He's not doing so hot so far.
What?
Drew Jones.
Well, he got hurt right away. All right, we're gonna play a new game.
Yes,
a new game, because I'm done talking about Bowman. I hope I can get some. I have a few hobby boxes coming. I mean, it's not like we won't be doing any, but I'm not getting any. I had smaller people than me ask if I had some to sell. Bigger people than me ask if I had some to sell. Lots of everybody's looking. That's what I'm getting at. So it's gonna be ugly. I think it's gonna get ugly. Baseball though. It's baseball time. We did an hour of hobby. I do want to give a shout out to everybody tuning in to listen to me complain about all the scamming going on in the hobby. It's got to stop. Scamming's got to stop. I want to give a big thanks to our sponsors at FCG, the most transparent graders in the industry. 10 business days, $14 a card. My favorite feature is maybe their newest feature, the QR on the back of the slab, which will break down and explain to you why you get the grade you get. Who else is doing that? Nobody. FCG grading, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to sell them to you. I'm just telling them they're going to tell you everything you want to know about your card. They're not going to upcharge you. You're paying them to grade your card. You're not paying them for an appraisal. And guess what? They're going to tell you why your card got a great grade or why it got a bad grade. And speaking of FCG, thanks to our partnership with FCG, we will be able to hire some freelance work to do some clip editing and whatnot for the show, so that we can get the word out to more people throughout all the social media platforms. Short form video is the way to go. That's where people consume. And if if throughout the course of our 1 hour episode, if we have 5 good minutes, who knows what that's going to do for the show. So we're going to do a little advertising and some freelance work. And we have no problem plugging a great, solid, transparent company. You don't see them repacking Jalen models, for crying out loud. It's unbelievable.
Shot fired.
So yeah, if those clowns at Bleacher Bums ever want to join us on the show, and they don't and they won't, and there's much bigger people talking about it than us. It's unbelievable. But baseball season, oh my goodness, so I got to talk about it. We went to the White Sox game on Tuesday night. Pav Daddy was supposed to go, right? So night game, we wake up, snowfall. Sorry, I got to pull the calendar up. April 18th after the previous week on the 12th, Pav and I, not together, but Pav and I went to Wrigley Field. It was beautiful, 80 degrees, sunny. My sunburn is peeling. As we sit here and do this podcast, it's peeling. That was on the 12th. Fast forward to the 18th. It's snowy. It's cold. And it was so cold the night before, without rain, they didn't even play the game. They canceled the Monday night game between the Phillies and the White Sox to play a midday night doubleheader. So we get there. The tickets, the guy who gives us the tickets is a employee for the White Sox, I guess I'll just say that. And we both know how to talk to Matt, I guess we'll say that. I don't know. We both communicate with Matt. So we go to the game. The White Sox guy hooked it up with tickets for pay. It was supposed to be initially it was supposed to be for my basically brother-in-law. He's a huge Phillies fan. And in between the time that we had arranged to go to the game and the game, he accepted a high school coaching job for baseball. So he couldn't go, taking care of the kids. Shout out to the Rensselaer Bombers. So then it was, hey, let's go meet Matt. I had a card for him. Just talk to him for a little bit and, have a good time. Pav bails like the big bailer that he is. I mean, look at him.
Too busy playing Fortnite.
He had a good Fortnite streak going. Couldn't swing it. So I understood. And you know what really happened is I went down the list of people I wanted to. So here's the thing. How many people do you really want to sit next to for 3 hours? How many people? Do you guys have how just think about it to yourself. How many people do you want to sit next to for 3 hours? I can't say I want to sit next to a lot of people.
Like in any setting, right? Or
yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yep.
Not a lot.
So I asked a handful of people that I was willing to sit next to for a few hours, and I'm like, hey, last minute, it's going to be cold. And that's the thing. It's April. It's cold. Nobody wants to go to a game. There was nobody there. Fucking Giolito's pitching. I wanted to be there, and I'm not even a Sox fan. So I go. The guy left us tickets there at will call. And I'm like, if I don't go to this game, I'm like, this dude's never going to leave tickets for us again. I'm like, plus he didn't have to do that. I'm like, it's so, and I didn't even know where the tickets were. I didn't ask. I didn't care. I just thought it was really nice that he's like, hey, dude, I'll hook it up, because I know your guy wants to see the Phillies. Super cool. So I'm like, all right, I got to go at least use one of these tickets. I'm like, all right, dude. I'm like, I'm coming out there. I'm like, I'll be there in a little bit. I had to do some breaks. And then right before I started the break, I'm like, you know what? I'm taking my youngest. My oldest was in school, and she's a lot more hyper. My youngest, if you feed her snacks, she will just sit there. So I'm like, you know what? She's 4. I'm like, baby girl, you want to go to a baseball game with me? She's pumped. She's been to a few before. She doesn't really know what's going on, but she's like, yeah, let's go. And my wife is 100% not on board with this unsupervised trip to a Major League Baseball game with her daddy. And I'm like, listen, babe, it's fine. I'm like, I don't care about the White Sox. Like, I don't care about, because she knows how I am.
I'll have to watch the game.
She knows, right. She knows that this was the perfect place to take her, because she knows if this is Wrigley Field, my daughter is going to get ignored. Like, baby girl, not now. Daddy's watching the game. Like, I'll just sit there and, like, hold her the whole time. But no, the White Sox, we get there. It was a pretty good walk in from the parking lot, and then we had to walk all the way around the stadium to get to the tickets, and then come back and then find our seat. And then we had home side seats, but the Phillies obviously are over there. So the guy's like, hey, Matt said come over, you know, like, all right. So then we walk over there, and there's a crowd in between games by the dugout because, like, they're not doing BP or anything like that. So I go up there, you know, blah, blah, blah. I go down, I meet the guy that I know. I hand him something I had for him, and I gave him something for Matt. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, I don't want to be awkward or nothing. I'm like, I'll catch you next time. He's like, yeah, all right, dude. So then we go back. I promised my baby girl I'd get her Dippin' Dots because I had to drag her all the way over there, you know. So we sat down, had the hot dogs to finish out game one. Went over there. I'm like, on the way back, we'll get Dippin' Dots. I'm sorry, I got this backwards. We got the hot dogs on the way back the first time. We get the hot dogs, right? After I go over there and give the stuff to my buddy. And I had a card for Matt, and I gave it to that guy to give to Matt. We sit back down. I'm eating a hot dog. My baby girl's eating a hot dog. I look at my phone. Guy says, hey, come back. Matt wants to see you. He's like, come back before the national anthem, before the second game. Well, they didn't even end up playing the national anthem before the second game, so I was real confused. I'm like, now, later, what? I'm like, I just got my kid to sit down and eat a hot dog, so I had to make her, like, bail on the hot dog. I'm like, all right, kid, listen, if you want to meet a baseball player, no more hot dog. Hot dog's done. I had already eaten 2 hot dogs. Like, come on, you got to eat this hot dog. I'm like, we'll get Dippin' Dots on the way back. She's like, all right, cool. On board instantly with the Dippin' Dots. So we walk all the way around the concourse again. Get back over there to me, just waiting. I feel like a weird dude, except I got my kid with me. So we're, like, standing off to the side of these stairs. And I get, like, the wave to come down there, you know. And he had given us 2 balls earlier. And I'm like, I don't need a ball. So I gave the ball to a kid on the concourse. And then we go down there, and like, the security dude pulls out these little stools. He's like, you guys can sit right here. I'm like, all right, cool. All right. So I sit down, and Matt pops up. He's like, hey, dude, what's up? I'm like, oh, dude, what's going on? You know, so we talk for a little bit. And my daughter's just like, really just no clue what's going on, really. She's just happy to be there, you know. And she's like playing with Matt's hair and stuff, cracking me up. And I'm like, hey, dude, I'm like, can't be a dad, can't take a picture. He's like, yeah, dude. So, like, I take a picture of them, too. I didn't even ask for a picture of us, you know. And Vivian had her ball, and he's like, oh, and she dropped it. And he, like, picked it up and handed it to her. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, we had 2. I'm like, we already gave one to the, you know, kid on the concourse. He's like, well, go find another kid. And he, like, gave me the ball, and they disappeared. And then my buddy comes back. He goes, hey, where'd Matt go? I'm like, I think he's going to get another ball. He's like, why? I'm like, I assume he's autographing it for Viv because he just told Viv to give this ball to another kid, which she ended up doing. It's pretty funny. So he signs the ball. We go back to our seat, you know. Thanks for everything. He said I got tickets at Wrigley, so in June we're going to go to the Phillies Cubs game at Wrigley. He's like, I can get 4 tickets. He's like, you know, just let me know. So we're going to get a hold of Matt, go to Wrigley, hopefully have him on the podcast again before then. I asked him, you know, I don't want to bother the guy. But he told us whenever he's on the road, it's a lot easier. But with him starting now, it's, you know, it's a different routine for him, I'm sure. So we got to meet Matt. Meets my baby girl. Gave him a couple boxes of 5-star, one for him and one for Nick Castellanos' kid. So they're supposed to open those up. Okay. Well, he started, so I had a box of, I asked him if he wanted to open anything. And I wanted to open like a box with him or something, but then when the weather postponement happened, I knew it wasn't going to play out like that. You know what I mean? I knew that wasn't going to be an option. But I was going to rip a box of 5-star. I was going to go live and rip it from the stands. And I gave him one with the card. And then when he came back out, he's like, when I get back, he's like, I'm going to go, He's like, I'm going to rip this with Liam, which is Nick's kid. Shout out to former Cubs legend, Nick Castellanos. Absolute gap hitting legend here. And he talked so much trash on Detroit's field when he left there. That was great.
Dude, he was one of the best freaking trade deadline pieces ever.
He was terrific.
Oh
Absolutely terrific. So when Matt said he was gonna he's like mentioning a kid, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna open it up with, and I didn't hear him say Nick's kid at first, and I put it together after the fact. But I'm like, here, dude. I'm like, here. I had handed him another box. He's like, are you sure? Like, yeah, dude. He's like, what do you want for it? Like, I don't care. Like, the car. Like, this is the hobby. Like, this is one place where you and I can be equal. Like, you're a big leaguer. I'm just a dude. But if we're just talking about cards right now, that's so that's the cool thing. So hopefully they pull something crazy out of those boxes, and we hear about it later. But yeah, got to meet Matt. Super cool, as advertised. Then he goes out and strikes out 11 in his next start. Dealing through one bad pitch, really, and then he got pulled, and then the dude that came in after him had a rough go of things. So Matt's third run, I believe, of the outing was not given up by him. Just a inherited runner that was just given a free pass all the way home.
Yeah.
So that's my Matt Strom story. So I got to meet a big leaguer. That was cool. Could have been Pav Daddy too, but whatever.
Too busy playing Fortnite. Whatever.
Fortnite.
Yeah. Fortnite. Which brings me to my next question of the pod. We'll stick around for a little bit longer before we get out of here. I hope you guys are having a good evening with us. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Who has the most hardest hit balls? The most hard hit balls this year in all of baseball.
Ooh, I do want to know that.
Nobody look. It'll take the fun away from it.
Man, I just heard this too.
I can tell you they don't have the best hard hit percentage, but they have the most hard hit balls.
Okay, you have the answer?
I do, yes.
Okay, AL or NL?
Top 3 are all American League.
Oh.
Well, I guess top 2. Third is tie. And by hard hit, that means balls hit above 95 miles an hour on the exit velo.
I just want to say Trout and Ohtani, but I can't.
Yeah, I was going to say Ohtani.
Neither of them are.
Yeah, I'm thinking
neither of them are even in the top 25.
A leadoff hitter.
How about that for you? Neither of them, Trout nor Ohtani, are in the top 28. Chester says Jordan, which is a good guess, but it's not. It's not. I don't even see him on this list.
Did we say it earlier? Is it Luis Arias?
No, it's not a Rise.
He's an NL hitter, Pav. Get it together.
Ooh.
Oh, he's NL now. Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Judge. No. Look at this. You guys don't. Nobody cheat either. I appreciate you guys guessing in the live chat without cheating. But I stumped these guys, huh? Early. He's hitting over 300. I'll tell you guys that. I know that for a fact. But you guys are gonna look up batting average leaders and cheat, so don't do that.
I'm not looking up shit. Over 300. So he's a good. Is he like a big time ball player?
I would say so. I'm a huge fan.
Randy.
Yeah, it's Vladdy. Yeah, Vladdy Jr. I'm a huge Vladdy Jr. fan. 41 balls hit 95 mile an hour or better. Randy Arozarena second.
That's what you said. I'm a big fan. That's why I figured.
Yeah.
Randy.
Well, here the top 3 is 3 of my favorite baseball players: Vladdy Jr., Randy, and Devers.
Yeah.
Devers is tied with Acuna, and then Brian Reynolds and Finding Nemo is 6th. With Brian Hayes.
Ooh.
Oh, you want to know who's heating up in the 9th spot? Ryan Mountcastle. All my favorite baseball players are in the top 10, baby.
He broke up a perfect game today.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he does. He's an absolute unit. And Baltimore has done nothing but penalize him by extending the left field wall out further.
Damn it, Camden. Why do you guys move back the walls?
I mean, what are they doing? Mountcastle's a superstar waiting to just bust out. Also on that list, 25th overall, 2023 Series 1 top 10 guy, Vinny Pasquantino.
Ooh, oh yeah, he can rake.
So, hardest hit ball this year. Any guesses on speed and or player?
117 miles per hour.
That was Ohtani hit the 117.
He has not hit 117 this year.
I thought he did that home run.
Is that the high mark?
If you round up, he did. No, 117 is not top.
118. Kalanick.
I wonder how hard that one was hit. He's got to be on this list. Wow, that one he hit 482. We were at that game.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That ball was just nuked.
Yeah, that's
absolutely nuked. It says his hardest exit velo is 111.7 for Kalnick, but it does have his max distance at 482, and we were there. We were there in person for that.
Oh shit!
But no, the hardest exit velo. I don't think you guys will ever guess. Matt Olson.
Oh shit!
What?
118.6. Stanton 117.8, Ohtani 116.7, Alvarez 116 flat, George Springer 115.9, Vladdy Jr. 115.5, and Wilson Benedict Arnold Contreras at 115.1.
You know he's loving that move to St. Louis.
Oh yeah, heel turn, full heel turn, full on heel turn. Good for him, I guess. I don't care anymore. It just crushes me.
Matt Olson has 35 strikeouts already. He's leading the major leagues.
Nice. I mean, sometimes you just got to really swing it. That's how you get 118.6 exit velos. That's pretty good, man. We got anything else? Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
No,
Bobby Witt.
We only got the Bobby Witt.
113.8.
Damn.
Yeah. Aaron Judge hard hit percentage is 63% though.
Wow.
That's
yeah,
impressive.
he just must walk a lot. He must be getting walked a lot. Has he missed any time this year?
Who?
No.
Judge, has he missed any games?
No, I don't think so.
Patrick Wisdom at 59.6%.
Yeah.
The other thing with hard hit percentage though is like strikeouts actually increase that. You know what I mean? Like if you're putting the ball in play less because you're striking out more, but then when you do hit the ball, like good things happen, you know, then your hard hit percentage is going to be higher. Because like Aaron Judge's hard hit percentage is 63%, but between his walks and his strikeouts, that's only 29 balls that have been hit. Whereas Vladdy Jr. is at 41, and he's at 56.9%.
Right, yeah. Judge is leading the AL in strikeouts.
So Vladdy Jr. has the most balls, but he's actually 12th in hard hit percentage. So that's where the statistics are like. I don't know, how do you interpret that? Like, is that a good number? Do you want to have a high hard hit percentage, but you strike out and walk a ton? Like that's where all the advanced numbers really start to mess with me. Like, how do you value that stuff? Because there's like a counter stat to devalue it. Like it seems like you can always find something to like try and disprove or even further prove whatever stat you're trying to present. Like there's always a way to make the stat how you want it, how you want to present it, to cherry pick it, basically. Because you could say Vladdy Jr. has the most hard hit balls in all of baseball, and then somebody could be like, yeah, but he's only 12th in hard hit percentage. Like what? I don't know. There's so many ways to present statistics. I think that's why people are so fascinated with them. Because you can do it just about any type of way you want to. Cheeseburger was up there on the hard hit list. He might have been.
Jake Burger.
he torched one. So that Phillies game, maybe that was the ball. So my daughter's favorite part of the whole ball game was Burger. So in the second game, which was the original game we were supposed to go to, it was 3-0. It was only 5 hits, I think, in the whole game, or 4 hits.
Wow.
The White Sox got like 2 walks and a home run in the first inning or something like that. I wasn't really paying attention. Like I said, I was getting settled in with my kid. And then there's 2 outs, and then Burger hit a bomb. Just crushed it. 30 rows deep to left field. I mean, just torched. And then the White Sox, it wasn't quite dark yet, but they started shooting off fireworks. My daughter just went bananas. I got lucky enough to get like some of it. I just opened my camera, and it was on the selfie camera. I'm like, fuck it. I just hit record, and she's going bananas. And then she was talking to this couple next to us the whole game. She's making friends with this girl. And it was like the 6th inning. Vivian goes, Daddy, I want to go home. I'm like, all right, baby girl, you did good. I'm like, we'll go home after they're done batting, because Giolito was throwing a no-hitter. And he ended up coming out. So when he came out after the 6th, I'm like, all right. Started packing our stuff up. Got on the concourse. We had a long walk. And there was just no offense. She goes, I wanna see more fireworks. I'm like, baby girl, the White Sox got to hit another home run to get more fireworks. And then the girl goes, or after they win, the lights. She goes, okay, I want to stay till they win. How much longer is that gonna be? I'm like, well, 3 more innings. She's like, well, how long is that? I'm like, you've been here for about 9 innings already, and a timeout. I'm like, probably like another Dippin' Dots and a hot dog. She's like, oh, I'm getting kind of full. She looked. She goes, I want to see these fireworks. I'm like, all right, then you got to stay. And she's like, 2 seconds later, she goes, all right, Dan, let's go home. So we took off. But I was like, what's your favorite part of the whole? She's like, I had so much fun with you. I'm like, oh, I had so much fun with you too. And she's like, what's your favorite part? I asked her. She goes, the fireworks. Like, damn it, my kid's gonna be a Sox fan because they got fireworks. Like, oh, Wrigley can't compete with that. It's just a quality ball field, not this whatever this is. The Sox Stadium. I mean, it is what it is. I like it because it's not ever busy. Like that's the compliment you give it. Like, it's easy to get around in there. You don't have long lines, Bathrooms are, you can go to the bathroom there pretty easy. You guys got anything else?
How about them Cubs?
Terrific.
The White Sox fucking suck. How about that? No, it's amazing you went to a game where they won. They're so bad. It's so weird that the way that team was constructed. And
yeah.
Just so bad. Because
how they are now, they have like 4 bats. Like
oh my gosh.
They really only have like 4 or 5 bats, and then 6 through 9 is just a hole. And then if they don't get the pitching to match that, it's going to be bad for them.
I just want all of the Cubs fans out there to forgive the Cubs management for trading Eloy Jimenez for Jose Quintana, because obviously the Cubs won that fucking trade. Jimenez he doesn't play. So I mean you got Quintana to be an inning eater, and that's what he was.
Yeah, the White Sox still won that trade.
Really? Jimenez is terrible.
Yeah, but they still got him, and we didn't get Quintana's last year. That was the year we needed to win to keep the blow up from happening. We really needed Jose in 2020, and he was not there for us. And then we go and we really needed him that year.
They needed a lot. They like the pitching fucking fell apart, right? That's the hitting fell apart and the pitching fell apart. It was like the weirdest fucking thing. But like, Arrieta was done, right? 15 and 16, and then he was done. And like Lester was at the end of his career, and fucking you had Hendricks trying to buoy that fucking pitching staff, and that he's just not enough to do it. When they had to win big games, they didn't have a guy. So yeah, I guess you could fault Quintana for that, but I didn't think he was ever.
He wasn't ever. No, not at all.
So
no,
they failed in that part, but I don't think that was based on that trade. The management failed in getting a number one over. So if they picked up somebody else, it would have been nice, and then Quintana wouldn't have been this thing that everybody expected him to be that guy, and he wasn't.
How do you cut your hand washing dishes? How are you a multi-millionaire and you're still fucking around with dishes? Like, what? I want to know that real story. That can't be the story. I just don't know if I believe it. It just can't be it. Like, cut his hand on a plate washing dishes or some
Is that Quintana?
Yeah, that was what he missed his whole last year. We had him in 2020 because right before they were starting the spring training again, he chopped his hand up washing dishes.
Yeah.
Like what?
He's missing 4 months for us.
Yeah, he's not even playing right now.
I mean, shit, he didn't even play a fucking game yet. He's on the fucking...
So he's like DeGrom's replacement then.
How about DeGrom? Perfect game, right? We started a perfect game, right? And he comes out because his wrist hurts?
Yeah.
I've heard that before. I'm like,
that's DeGrom, baby.
Unfucking believable.
It's DeGrom. He'll make his
Texas
next...
Rangers fans, welcome to the DeGrom show.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
He'll make his next 5 starts over the course of the next 2 months, and then they'll shut him down for the rest of the year.
Once they're out of playoff contention, hey, we're done. Bye.
You never know with the Rangers, baby.
It's are you surprised how good the Cubs starting pitching has been so far this year?
No, I mean,
like how
not
good
really
is
because
Stroman?
I've expected Stroman to be good, better than he was last year, and I've liked Stroman. Like Keith hates it, but it is what it is. 2017 World Baseball Classic Team USA superhero Marcus Stroman is a terrific dude, and I want him to have nothing but success, even with the salty Mets fans in attendance on the podcast right now. So yeah, did it go so well for him the other day? No. But has the season itself gotten off to a terrific start? Yes. Is the sankin? Yes. So I don't know what else you can be shaking your head at over there, guy. But Stroman is all right. Justin Steele is killing it. Wesneski has struggled a bit, but he looked good last time out.
He's just doing rookie things. Has trouble
how about
in the first inning and shit. Drew Smiley, dude.
Drew Smiley is this 1 year after 1 year after 1 year guy. I don't know what's going on with that, but good for him. He needs to keep that up. And I'm pleased. Like I wanted to see Hayden get that job. He got it. My boy Keegan disrespected, same as usual. But I take that as a compliment as far as the team construction goes because they know they can put him in that role and he'll be fine, whereas maybe one of the guys they have in the rotation wouldn't be able to succeed in that role. They would just be trying to find their footing or something along that. I think it's a very selfless move for Keegan because if I was him, I'd be fighting for a rotation spot.
I wonder what they'll do the next time Jameson Taillon's spot come up.
Well, he's on the... Or no, I'm sorry. They put him on the injured list, yeah?
Yeah. So like they had Javier Assad
right, and
last time.
Estrada, right?
That's who they brought up, but he's a reliever. He don't start.
So they're not even going to have him do a spot start or anything. Yeah,
no,
I don't know.
He came in the very next game. As soon as they brought him up, he pitched.
Was that yesterday?
That yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the actual live game yesterday. Just the updates.
Yeah, and like his numbers aren't very good. Estrada. So
they've been keeping him close though. Like they said, he was traveling with them before they even put him on the roster. So I think they had him.
I just figured that they knew Merriweather was like, he's probably on that way out eventually. How about Fulmer is just fucking struggling?
It ain't working. It's April, but it's not working.
He's struggling, and that's a bummer because the rest of that bullpen's been pretty damn good.
Yeah, and they went out and signed him to try and bolster it a bit, secure it. Keith, you got this just fucking look on your face, guy, and I really don't appreciate it. So I'm gonna need you to elaborate. I wish I could mute your face right now.
I we're sitting here. Check the score.
Ta-da! Got him. I found the mute button.
About the Cubs bullpen and the Cubs being a decent playoff team.
I didn't say playoff team. Whoa, settle down, guy. Check yourself.
They fucking suck. They're not a good baseball team.
It's April, huh?
Good.
You're that's it.
Oh. I like their starting.
Interestingly enough, the Cubs have the same record as this team, who seems to be like the bastard child team in the great state of New York.
What's up with your starting pitcher, Maxwell Scherzer?
That's what I was just trying to say. That you can't fucking suspend someone for using legal substances. What the fuck? How is that fucking possible?
Did they prove that it was rosin? Because I know Max sweared on his kids and all that, but I heard there was going to be a lab test or something. Like, did they actually prove it to be rosin, or are we just?
The thing about rosin, at the same time, the way the rule is written, like it's by
discretion.
The umpire's discretion.
Discretion is
because you can use too much.
That's bullshit. You can't say you can use this substance and then put a limit on it. I'm sorry. No, that's what I've always said. Give them one thing, let them have it.
Kenny, were you watching the Giants-Mets game?
Yeah, they were talking about it, right? Yeah.
David Cohn did it, and he went down in the clubhouse, and he goes, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And David Cohn put rosin and water and shit on the sands. He's like, all right, you get better grip from it, right? He goes, now, he had buildup on his 2 fingers, the 2 you would throw for like a fastball, right? Or whatever, slider, whatever you're throwing. He then cleaned it with alcohol because they're supposed to clean it with alcohol. Yeah. And then picked the rosin bag back up and went like this, and the ball stuck to his fingers.
Hell yeah.
And the
alcohol activated the rosin.
Yep.
Which is like makes it just sticky. It's like
he was like, I don't know what you want someone to do about it. So
the funny thing is they had a guy in the clubhouse with Scherzer.
Yeah, exactly.
When he was cleaning his and was like, here's what you need to do.
Yep.
And like he did exactly. So that's the crazy thing.
Yeah, that's wild.
They watched him wash his hands. Then he goes back out and they're like, yeah, dude, your fucking hands are sticky. See you later.
Yeah.
The funny thing is it's been the same umpire that tossed the 3 guys that have been ejected. It's the same umpire. Fucking Phil Cuzzy.
Yep. Discretion my ass. It's interesting. No one else has thrown anyone out. That's all I'm saying. But hey, it is what it is.
Yes, Jimmy, they have no accountability for anything.
That is correct. That's about all I got for this week on the Underground Runaround podcast. We're going a little bit longer than we planned on it, but this is like the after show at this point. You guys are just getting a sneak peek into what we're going to do for the next 30 minutes once we cut the stream. So, in conclusion, if you're here at the end, Tatis Jr. is back. The A's are into Vegas. Stop scamming if you're doing business in the hobby, period. Shout out to Bleacher Breaks, those scummy bastards. Dynasty Baseball. I don't know.
Overpriced.
Yeah. Bowman Baseball doesn't exist, it seems like.
Hard to get.
And other products might be a better buy with the first Bowman. I don't know.
And then send me and Brad your Matt Mervis auto cards.
Yeah, we'll take all the Matt Mervis this way. And then just another shout out to FCG. That's it. You guys have a great week, everybody. It's Sunday night, so you guys can start your week off with a fresh new episode of the Underground Runaround podcast. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.